കൈവല്യദാതാവേ കൈത്തൊഴുന്നേൻ കൈത്തൊഴുന്നേൻ കൈത്തൊഴുന്നേൻ.
Now, it's time to formally welcome you all. May I now request Dr. Sister Josephine David, Head of the Department of Statistics, Christ College Autonomous Irinalakuda, to deliver welcome address.
Respected dignitaries, Reverend Jacob Nyerinyambulli, our manager, Reverend Dr. Jolie Andrews, our principal, Reverend Father Julius Sarakil, Director, Amala Institute of Medical Science, faculty and students from the Department of Community Medicine, Reverend Dr. Wilson Tarail, Director, Self-Financing Programs, Dr. K. J. Kumar, Professor and Head, Department of Statistics, University of Calicut, and University nominee of our Board of Studies, Dr. Robinson Panmanisheri, IQAC Coordinator, Dr. Davies Anthony Mundasheri, Course Coordinator of the Department of Statistics and Joint Controller of Examinations, esteemed participants, and my dear colleagues. A very warm good morning to one and all. I am extremely happy that every one of you for being here with us today. I am proud to address the gathering today in connection with the celebration of National Statistics Day as a recognition to the outstanding contribution made by Professor Prashant Chandra Mahalanobis in the fields of economic planning and statistics. Government of India has decided to designate 29th June every year his birthday as Statistics Day. The support and the enthusiasm of learning from the students and the management encourage the department to involve themselves in various academic activities. The National Statistics Day 2021 is such an opulent and also a day of proud to add in the success journey. As I have assigned to formally welcome the gathering, let me take the floor to perform my duty. The Department of Statistics, Christ College, is happy and thankful that we have a manager who is approachable, open-minded, and pious, yet willing to make the tough calls. To begin with, let me extend a heartfelt welcome to our respected manager, Reverend Father Jacob Nyerinyambulli, for accepting our invitation to deliver benedictory address in this webinar. We are greatly encouraged by your gracious presence and support. Welcome you, dear Father. It is a glorious moment to extend my warm welcome to our principal, Reverend Dr. Jolie Andrews, who is a strong pillar and an efficient leader guiding Christ College in its way to success. He has always been supportive towards all the good initiatives taken up by the department too. So with great pleasure, I use this opportunity to welcome our dear principal, Reverend Dr. Jolie Andrews, to this function. In connection with the National Statistics Day 2021, the department desires to publish the logo and launch a website for extending their expertise of statistical data analysis to researchers of various fields. I am profoundly delighted to take an opportunity to welcome Reverend Father Julius Sarakil, CMI, Director, Amala Institute of Medical Science, who will be conduct the launching of the website. We feel extremely privileged to have you with us and are excited for an inaugural address. We welcome you, dear Father, to this function. I extend my heartfelt welcome to Reverend Dr. Wilson Tarail, Director, Self-Financing Programs, who always challenges with high expectations and encourages to be creative and show innovation. Welcome you, dear Father, to this function. Now I would like to welcome our dear Dr. K. J. Kumar, Professor and Head, Department of Statistics, University of Calicut, who is reputed as very systematic, highly intellectual, and outstanding research-oriented. Sir has kindly set aside all his other engagements and consented to deliver felicitation during this inaugural function. Now, I welcome you, sir. Next, I would like to welcome Dr. Robinson Panmanisheri, IQAC Coordinator, who is always a strong guidance and support for all the activities of the department. I express a cordial welcome to you, sir. It's my pleasure to welcome Dr. Davies Anthony Mundasheri, Course Coordinator of the Department of Statistics and Joint Controller of Examinations, who is always a backbone of our department with new ideas, possibilities, and perspectives. I welcome dear sir to this function. I also welcome all reputed persons of the webinar joined with us in this inaugural session. A warm welcome to all the faculty of Christ College and various institutions, research college, and all other participants, especially our faculty and students from the Department of Community Medicine joining us in this inaugural session. Last but not the least, I wish to welcome all my dear colleagues and students. Once again, welcome you all. Wish you all a great day. Thank you.
Thank you, sister. It gives me immense pleasure to invite our principal, Reverend Dr. Jolie Andrews, CMI, the man behind all the successful saga of this institution, to deliver presidential address. Over to you, Father.
Okay, I think you can all hear and see me.
Yes, Father.
Thank you, thank you. Reverend Father Julius Arakel, CMI, the Director from Amala Institute of Medical Science. Reverend Father Jacob Irinyambili, the Manager of Christ College, Irinyalakuda. Father Dr. Wilson Tarai, the Director from Self-Financing Program. Dr. K. Jayakumar, the Board of Study Member, University nominee. Dr. Robinson Podmanisheri, the IQAC Coordinator. And Dr. Davies Anthony Mundasheri, the Course Coordinator, as well as the Joint Controller of Examination, Christ College, Irinalakuda. Dr. Sister Josephine David, the HOD of the Department of Statistics. All the faculty members, respected doctors, research students from Amala of Christ College, Christ Fraternity, and our friends. I'm very happy to see that the Department of Statistics today is launching on this statistical day, National Statistics Day. They are launching a website. And this website and this course is mainly intended to help the community, help the society, help the professionals as far as how to use the statistical tools. I appreciate Dr. Davies Anthony Mundasheri, who has taken time, who is also presenting a webinar. The topic of the webinar is the role of statistics in medical science, its different aspects. He is presenting today in a very, very special manner. I also place my appreciation towards Dr. Sister Josephine, the HOD of the department. Dear friends, these are the days of big data. We have got a wonderful collection of data because of a computer. But only if you're able to analyze this data in a scientific and systematic manner, would be able to go forward with the projections, would be able to point out where we are heading and realize the importance of statistics. I'm happy that the Department of Statistics have come forward to offer this help to the professionals, help to the community, help to the researchers. And I think this should be a beginning. This would be a beginning, and this have to be a beginning of this great service that the Department of Statistics would be trying to do. And I'm very happy to note that Father Julius Arakil, the director of Amala, has joined this program, would be inaugurating and launching this website, with whom we look forward for a collaboration or even an MOU in the very near future itself. My best wishes to you, everybody. Thank you. Thank you so much. Have a wonderful time.
Thank you, Father. I request all our distinguished participants to kindly switch on your videos. The aim of Statistics Day is to create an awareness in the public about the importance of the day and its analysis using statistical tools in socio-economic planning and policy formulation. The Department of Statistics would like to extend their expertise to those who need various tools of statistical data analysis for their research comprehension. No event comes up without a formal inauguration, and thus, with great honor and respect, may I invite Reverend Father Julius Arakil CMI, Director, Amala Institute of Medical Sciences, to inaugurate the function by publishing the logo and also to officially launch our website. Over to you, Father.
Good morning. Very good morning to you all.
Good morning, Father.
It's happy that if you all say good morning, because we are in the hospital and it's very hard to hear a good morning from this side.
Good morning.
Anyway,
Good morning, Father.
Thank you very much. Respected Reverend Father Jacob Nyanyambali, the manager, Reverend Dr. Jolly Maliakil, principal, Reverend Father Dr. Wilson Thayer, Dr. Sister Josephine David, Dr. Jayakumar, Dr. Robinson, Dr. David Anthony, Dr. C.R. Saja, HOD of Community Medicine from Amala Medical College, and all other faculties and my dear students. I'm extremely happy to be with you on this day. And I would like to congratulate and wish you all the best to the Statistics Department of Christ College for opening a venue and platform to the public, especially the research scholars on this National Statistics Day. As Father Jolly was mentioning, nowadays, in fact, people are more aware about the importance of data. They know the importance of data, and they know how to plan with the data. And all the newspaper journals are speaking about the data. They speak about the analysis of data. Now we call the modern sciences data science. So it depends on data. Everything depends on data. And since I am working in the medical college, we thoroughly know about the importance of data. Even for planning the treatments, procedures, we depend on data. And even in our management decisions, we ask for data. So data plays an important role in our life, in our institutions, in our programming, in our decision making. So during the pandemic season, it is only because of this data we could plan our future. We could forecast the future of our treatment, our module, our preparedness. Now we have already started the preparedness for the Delta variant. Only because of data. We hear about the data, we collect the data, and we see where it is going to attack. So this is a forecasting tool. So we are also using that. And especially for our PG students, PG scholars, and also our research scholars, your opening will be really a useful thing. I was discussing with our HODs and our principal, and they were saying that this will be a good platform for discussions, for more discussions and studies. So I really congratulate for taking this kind of steps from your college, Sister Josephine and Dr. David Anthony. They were continuously contacting with me and with the department heads, and definitely they also feel that this will be a real support to our institution. With these words, I formally inaugurate this function, and now I would like to officially announce the inauguration of this function and also the launching of the website, unveiling the unseen.
Thank you, Father, for taking the time out of your heavy schedule and marking these hours with your glorious presence. This is our webpage, Unveiling the Unseen.
I think we can give a good applause to our team who have worked to materialize this one. Special appreciation to Dr. Josephine, Dr. Davis, and Mundasheri in a very
Thank you,
special
Father.
manner. Congratulations.
Father. Now, I invite Reverend Father Jacob Nirinampilli, Manager, Christ College Autonomous Irinalakuda, to constantly extend love and support to all the high prospects of this institution to give away the benedictory address. Over to you, Father.
Good morning to you. Am I audible?
Yeah, audible.
Respected Principal, Reverend Father Dr. Jolly Andrew CMI, Reverend Father Julius Arakil CMI, Director of Amala Institutions, Reverend Father Dr. Wilson Tarail, Dr. K. Jayakumar, Dr. Robinson, IQAC Coordinator, Dr. Davis Anthony Montessori, Joint Controller, Mega Teacher, and all other dignitaries, Sister Josephine, HOD, my dear loving students, all who are taking part in this program. I am very happy to take part in the celebrations conducted by Statistics Department of Christ College in connection with National Statistics Day 2021. I especially congratulate the Department of Statistics, especially HOD Sister Josephine and her colleagues for this initiative. While I was studying in Christ College for BCom and MCom, I have studied 2 papers in statistics. When we go deep into this subject, we will understand the importance of statistics in our day-to-day life. It is used in various fields of activity to throw light on any sphere of inquiry. Nowadays, we are speaking about nanotechnology now. Surely, I think statisticians used this method first. Various types of data, enormous data, they are collecting together and bringing to a miniature form. This is really marvelous. Anyway, all the best wishes for this webinar. May God bless you all. Thank you.
Thank you, Father. To felicitate the gathering, may I invite a pleasant and familiar face to all of us, Reverend Dr. Wilson Tarail, CMI, Director, Self-Financing Programs, Christ College Autonomous Irinalakuda. Over to you, Father.
Can you see me?
Yes,
Audible?
Father. Yes.
Okay. Respected Father Jacob Jerinyambulli, our manager, Principal Jolie Andrews, our Director Julius, and Head of the Department, Davis Anthony sir, then our Robinson, and my dear faculty members, sister, my students. ഞാനിന്ന് മറ്റൊരു വിധത്തിലാണ് ഇതിനെ കാണുന്നത്. ഒരുപക്ഷെ നിങ്ങൾ കാണുന്ന കാഴ്ചയിൽ നിന്ന് സ്വല്പം വ്യത്യസ്തമായിട്ട് ഇപ്പൊ കാണാം. കാരണം ഇന്നിപ്പോ ജോളിച്ചിനെയും ജൂലിയസിനെയും കാണാം. എന്ന് പറഞ്ഞാലേ ഫാദർ ഗബ്രിയേൽ അച്ഛന്റെ രണ്ട് ചിറകുകളാണ് ജോളിച്ചനും ജൂലിയസ് അച്ഛനും ഈ നൂറ്റാണ്ടിന്റെ ഈ കാലഘട്ടത്തിന്. അദ്ദേഹം വിഭാവന ചെയ്ത പ്രസ്റ്റീജിയസ് ആയിട്ടുള്ള രണ്ട് ഇൻസ്റ്റിറ്റ്യൂഷനുകൾ തമ്മിൽ ഒന്നിച്ചു ചേരുന്ന ഒരു ചിത്രമാണ് ഞാൻ ഒരു മൂന്നാമതായിട്ട് ഇരുന്ന് കാണുന്നത്. അതുകൊണ്ട് ദിസ് മോമെന്റ് ഈസ് വെരി പ്രഷ്യസ് ആൻഡ് വെരി മെമ്മറബിൾ. അമല ക്യാൻസർ ഹോസ്പിറ്റലിന്റെ ഡയറക്ടറും ക്രൈസ്റ്റ് കോളേജിന്റെ പ്രിൻസിപ്പളും ആയിട്ടുള്ള രണ്ട് വ്യക്തിത്വങ്ങള് ഇന്ന് MOയിൽ സൈൻ ചെയ്യുക എന്നുള്ളത് നെക്സ്റ്റ് സ്റ്റെപ്പ് ആണെങ്കിൽ പോലും അവരുടെ സംഗമം എന്ന് പറയുമ്പോൾ ഫാദർ ഗബ്രിയേൽ ഈസ് പ്രസന്റ് ഹിയർ. അത് ഞാൻ നിങ്ങളെ ഓർമ്മിപ്പിക്കുകയാണ്. എന്തുകൊണ്ടോ എന്റെ മനസ്സിലേക്ക് അത് ഓടി വന്നു. താങ്ക് യു വെരി മച്ച്. Then comes the thing is this one. I went to Chennai for my research program. And my subject is not related to statistics, not related to that one. My subject is ADHD, attention deficiency hyperactivity. That is my subject. And I approached my guide, I.M. Murthy, the Vice Chancellor of Madras University. And the university insisted me to write down the entrance examination. When I went through the subjects, the main subjects are statistics. I'm afraid of at that moment. How can I learn these statistics at the age of 55? That's my question. During my economics, during my bachelor's degree in economics, which is a compulsory subject, 1 or 2 papers are related to the statistics. Then I collected all my old notes and books and I started studying statistics. But after my research, I understood one thing. Statistics is very important for our research papers and research work. So now today we are celebrating the National Statistics Day. So all the subjects are in one way or another way is related to statistics that we can see. So best wishes, and we have to go through a lot of steps we have to climb. And I am wishing like this way. Our Christ College, we have a nice, very beautiful faculty of statistics. Especially, I am congratulating Dr. Davis Anthony, sir. He has a foundation already put it here. From there, we have to build up. So the research and new innovations, we can start from Christ College. I'm finishing with one word. Christ College is not an institution. It is an inspiration. So we are the inspiration for the world and to the people. Thank you for everybody to give me a chance to speak. Thank you.
Thank you, Father. I kindly request all our distinguished participants to kindly switch on your videos. Next, I would like to invite Dr. K. J. Kumar, Professor and Head, Department of Statistics, University of Calicut, the man of distinct vision and founding head of Illuminating Ideas, an idol of knowledge and experience and inspiration to all of us, to felicitate the gathering. Over to you, sir.
Yes. Very good morning to all.
Good morning, sir.
Morning.
Respected Father Julius Sarakel, Director, Amala Institute of Medical Sciences, Father Jacob Niranjanapalle, Manager of Christ College, respected Principal Dr. Jolie Andros, Dr. Wilson Tarayil, Dr. Davis Anthony Mundaseri, Dr. Sister Josephine, Megha, and the distinguished participants and students. I am happy to learn that the Department of Statistics, Christ College, is celebrating National Statistics Day. The department earlier under the leadership of Dr. Davis Anthony started a new direction, and now under the leadership of Dr. Sister Josephine and the team, he started flourishing the department. As you all know, statistics is an applied subject, which is very well applied in every branch of science, such as education, psychology, physics, chemistry, life sciences, etc., are a few to mention. Now the question arises whether statistics is rightly applied in every branch of science and other fields. And I am sorry to say that the answer to that question is negative, in the sense that in the users are applying statistics without proper understanding whether they can apply the techniques in their situation. So the statistics is a science which is led by a lot of assumptions, and once the assumptions are satisfied, then only one may be able to apply the statistics. And surprisingly, you can see that in most of the situations, the experimenter or the practitioner may not be able to aware of these assumptions, and may not be able to verify whether those types of assumptions are satisfied for their data. Once they are satisfied for their data, then only they may be able to apply. So the discussion and the MOEs with the AMALA will enhance the working knowledge of statistics in medical field. That is in fact a fundamental step. So the working knowledge in medical fields, that is the practitioners, the medical practitioners, the students, the medical students and nursing students and etc. All those people are using statistics. And if you are, and you can see that the statistics is very well applied in dose response studies, and you can see that the regression technique and stepwise regression is you may be able to use apply to see which is in fact the most relevant factor when you have a disease which is when you have a particular disease affecting a person, what is the in fact the prominent factor that in fact make him a patient? Note that data analysis is not a joke, and we can't just use a statistical package and derive a conclusion just using the statistical package. You may have to know what are the underlying assumptions behind the various types of statistical hypotheses, various types of statistical tests, and various types of statistical tools. So I think that the present initiative of the Department of Statistics, Christ College, I congratulate the Department of Statistics, Christ College for taking the initiative for making a leap in starting the MOU with the Amala Institute of Medical College, Medical Sciences, and also setting up a Center for Statistical Data Analysis under the leadership of the Department of Statistics, Christ College, Irinalakuda, and the Christ College in general. So I congratulate the Department of Statistics and the Christ College for promoting the same. And once again, I thank you all and wish you all very best in this endeavor. Thank you. Thank you very much.
Thank you, sir. I'm glad to invite Indomitable Pillar, Dr. Robinson Panmincheri, IQAC Coordinator, Christ College Autonomous, Irinalakuda, to felicitate the event. Over to you, sir.
Thank you, Shruti. Respected chief guest of the day, Dr. Father Julius Arakel, manager of the college, Father Jacob Nerinjamalli, principal of the college, Jolie Andrews, HOD of Statistics Department, Dr. Sister Josephine David, Dr. Kumar, Dr. Davis Anthony, and my dear students. It gives me great pleasure to address this occasion today, address this gathering, because being a teacher of chemistry, I used to wonder about the benefits of statistics. We have a subject called statistical thermodynamics, and also there is another subject in it, which is the quantum statistics. And that is the bridging stone between the micro properties and also the macro properties, the subject which is generally termed as statistical thermodynamics. It's a very fascinating subject. But very recently, I came to know about the power of the data through many of the papers and through many of the activities of IQAC. Very recently, I came across a paper from Microsoft in which it is stated that the outcome of a student can be predicted, can be forecasted before the student joins the college. How? It is from the thorough analysis of the data, of his qualifying exams, of his trades and other things. And at this particular juncture, I feel very happy to address and to give a best wishes for the Department of Statistics, because they are going to associate with one of the premium medical institutes of Kerala, the Amala Medical Institute. So they will be offering the data sciences, their services to the Amala Medical College. I'm truly confident that Department of Statistics can do that, because for the past years, they were performing very well. They are offering a certificate course in R programming, that too in an online mode in the Christ Open Courseware. So I wish all the best to Department of Statistics and their new initiative of data scan. Thank you.
Thank you, sir. Next, we have a talk by Dr. Davis Anthony Mundasheri, course coordinator, on the topic, the role of statistics in medical sciences. Over to you, sir.
Good morning. I hope I am audible.
Yes, sir.
Respected manager of Christ College, Father Jacob Nerinjamalli, principal Father Dr. Jolie Andrews, and Father Julius Rakel, Director, Amala Institute of Medical Sciences, and the faculty and students of Community Medicine. Reverend Father Wilson Tharayal, Director of Self-Financing Programs. Dr. K. Jayakumar, my research supervisor and also the head of the Department of Statistics, University nominee of Board of Studies of Christ College, and Dr. Robinson Panminisheri, IQAC coordinator, my dear colleagues, students, and all my friends. A warm greetings to all of you from the Department of Statistics and also the best wishes of National Statistics Day. Today, the Department of Statistics Christ College Irinjalakuda has come forward to offer a formal platform to extend their expertise to all who need analysis of variance of data sets in connection with their research projects. For that, we have opened a website with the logo Unveiling the Unseen to convey the expertise of department in various statistical tools applied for analysis of data. Father Julius Rakel, Director, Amala Institute of Medical Sciences, formally launched the website and also the logo. We are very happy to undertake the statistical analysis part of graduate and postgraduate projects and also related with various research paper publications from all sectors, including medical statistics. Diseases never end in the world. Every year or even every day, new diseases are coming into the world. We had recently Nipah, Corona, and even the recent Delta plus, etc. So the service of a physician never will end in the world. Likewise, data also will never end in the world. Every day, new data sets are coming in the analysis sector. So the role of a statistician also never will end up. It is unending. It's a non-terminating task. Now, I would like to talk about various statistical tools frequently applied in data analysis, especially targeting the undergraduate and postgraduate students. Most of the tools may be familiar to the audience, and I don't think that they are not exhaustive for their studies. But if anybody needs certain personal requirements in data analysis, we hope that our faculty can make it done. I am sharing the screen. Okay, the screen has come. So when technology has improved in a multifolded level, the collection of data has been digitalized and so has become very easy and accurate. Most of the public and private sector establishments are computerized and therefore their data sets are also in digitalized format. Even collection of primary data has become a very easy task through various online platforms like Google Forms and etc. So the population here we consider as the entire group of objects or individuals undergoing a certain particular investigation. And a survey related to the entire population is very, very impractical. Even in medical statistics or data related to medical sciences, the population is very infinite. So we can do only the analysis with the help of sample survey. So we take a cross-section from the entire population as a sample. And the sample is supposed to inherit all the properties of the population. Statistics is the science of collecting, presenting, summarizing, and interpreting data. Analysis of statistical data is mainly concerned with drawing valuable results and reaching at certain conclusions, or it's a process of unveiling the unseen facts contained in the data. Statistical tools have widespread applications in almost all sectors, especially life sciences, medical sciences, education, psychology, business, marketing, economics, sociology, etc. As we know, in medical sciences, statistics doesn't cure individual patients, but by summarizing medical data, it helps a physician to find the ways how to cure people better. So Statistical tools are mainly classified into two types: descriptive statistics and inferential statistics. In descriptive statistics deals with only the presenting the data in diagrammatic format and also finding the very basic statistical measures. The graphical representations are actually given in scatter plot, bar diagram, pie diagram, histogram, frequency curve, and all. And I think almost all these techniques are very much familiar to the researchers in various sectors. The scatter plot will give an impression about the relation existing in between the variables, when bar diagram will give an idea about the proportion or the percentage or the contribution of each item coming in that purview of that investigation. And almost this graphical representation are more appealing for the readers rather than the numerical numbers. Apart from these graphical representations, in descriptive statistics, we have also some very basic statistical measures like mean, median, mode, geometric mean, harmonic mean, maximum and minimum of the observation, standard deviation, and proportion, etc. All these measures have their own importance. For mean, it's a representative of entire observations that will be an indicator about the performance of the entire data. Likewise, median, mode, geometric mean, all are such a certain measures of or some averages and representing the performance of the data. And likewise, standard deviation is another measure to identify how far the observations are scattered from a representative value. And then proportion also is an informative informer to give the number of units possessing a characteristic, etc. So all these measures or all the graphical representation are very preliminary tools of statistics. And the important test for statistical inference, that is in inferential statistics. Here I am just here presenting only the important statistical measures like t-test for dependent samples, that is pi8 t-test, then chi-square test for independence, then ANOVA, regression and correlation analysis, sample size calculation, and also the multivariate analysis. The t-test for dependent samples is very important test procedure especially in medical sciences. Suppose that t-test for dependent sample is applicable when the units are undergone certain treatment. For example, if there is a unit, say a person, if has some readings before and after a treatment, therefore the observations are treated as in pi8 format. Suppose that readings are representing the influence of a medicine. So if Xi is the observation representing this before applying the medicine, and Yi is the reading corresponding to the same person after applying the medicine, then Xi Yi is a pair of observations corresponding to each unit. That's why the set of observations are known as paired, or the units are dependent because same unit was undergoing investigation twice. So there are two phases. The first phase is before the treatment and after the treatment. That's why the sample units are known as dependent samples. So such applications of t-test for dependent samples are very frequent in medical statistics, especially when you launch a new medicine or new vaccine in the public. So that medicine or its effectiveness can be examined based upon data using the t-test for dependent samples. So here I present a case of a data to examine whether the medicine caused to reduce the readings. Here, this data deals with the readings of BP, upper reading, that is for the patients we are given 163, 170, etc. These are the readings before they undergo a certain treatment. And after the influence of the medicine, for some patients it has come to 140, 130, etc. But it doesn't indicate that statistically this medicine effective in reducing the readings. So we have some test procedure to identify whether this is statistically this test is influencing or that is effective and all. So if you calculate the p-value, and based upon the p-value we can identify whether that medicine is effective or not, or the vaccine is effective or not. So here we calculate p as 0.003 and this is less than 0.05. So we reject the hypothesis that this medicine caused to reduce the readings. Therefore, we say that this medicine is not effective in reducing the readings. Likewise, a lot of applications of t-test can be considered in medical statistics, especially for the diet program cost to decrease the weight of people, or some blood count increase due to the influence of medicine, or even sleeping hours increased or unchanged due to the influence of medicine, etc. So we have a lot of such situations we consider in medical statistics, especially the application of dependent t-test for dependent samples. So next we have another very important tool in medical statistics, or statistical tools to be considered in medical statistics, that is chi-square test for independence of characteristics. Here we will consider two characteristics, maybe some medical data related. So that data has different, that both characteristics have different levels. And the first characteristic different levels are influenced or depending or are associated with the different levels of the other characteristic. That's the interest of this chi-square test for independence of characteristic. So here I have considered a data related to the study of coffee drinking habit, and also that is its influence to the incidence of pancreatic cancer. So it has different levels for coffee drinking. The number of coffees per day, 0, no coffee, then 1 to 2 coffee, 3 to 4 coffee, and 5 coffee. Likewise, the other characteristic has 2 levels, diseased and not diseased. So we can examine whether the 2 characteristics, coffee drinking, influences the disease status of the persons. So we can, based upon this statistic, that is a variable following chi-square distribution, we can identify, or we can, the relation connecting these two. A lot of such situations can be examined in medical statistics, like that the age of a patient and COVID status, mean whether the patient is alive or died, that age has an influence on the status of the patient. The gender, and also that number of days that the patient was in treatment. So all those such related data can be analyzed using the test for chi-square test for independence of characteristic. And here the same data as examined, and we find here the chi-square value is 18.6 and p-value is 0.0003, and which is less than 0.05. So we reject our hypothesis. The hypothesis that there is no association between the coffee drinking habit and also the incidence of pancreatic cancer. So based upon the survey or the data collected, we can come to a decision that there is no dependence between this coffee drinking habit and also their incidence of pancreatic cancer. So the next very powerful tool of statistical analysis is ANOVA, that is analysis of variance. Here we have a test for testing, a tool for testing equality of variance, means of various populations. We have a dependent sample test for actually that comparing influence of before and after certain treatment. There is again another test for testing the equality of means of 2 independent population means. But here, this is a case of extending the population number to more than 2. That is, if you have to examine whether 3 or more populations means equal or not, there we can make use of the test ANOVA. So here we have a data related to the normal bone city, then osteopenia, and also osteoporosis. So the data can be used to testing whether the data of calcium intake is equal. Average influence, average calcium intake are equal in all the 3 categories of these populations. Categories means representing the populations. Here we have that this is the ANOVA table where we calculate various sum of squares and also the analysis site of this ANOVA, and we can get that table value, calculate value as a 1.68 and etc. And we can see that this value is 0.05. We can see that this mean calcium intake in patients with normal bone density as compared to osteopenia and that is, there is no influence, there is no difference, there is there is a difference in mean calcium intake, no difference. The value at 0.05 is 1.395. So there is a difference in calcium intake in patients with normal bone density as compared to the osteopenia and also osteoporosis. So likewise, we can see a lot of situations coming in the field of medical statistics, not only in medical statistics, in various sectors. And ANOVA is a very strong and very applicable device of statistics, or applicable tool of statistics for testing whether the means are equal, means of more than two populations are equal or not. So then another thing is, another very important role is regression and correlation analysis. Here I have displayed certain scatter plots. The scatter plot gives a first impression about the relation between the two variables under consideration. So we have different ways of relation connecting them. So the first two shows a positive correlation, where the first is a very strong correlation, and here the second is gives only positive correlation, not as strong as the first, and but the third is of no correlation. And likewise, there is the second row represents the correlation negative values, and very moderate negative, then strong negative, and also the sixth scatter plot shows the relation is not linear, it's a curvilinear, means some exponential relation or some parabolic relation existing between those two characteristics. In that sense, we can make use of the scatter plot as the first level impression about the relation between the two characteristics. After that, we can make use of regression and correlation analysis. There is a data related to the historical and birth weight, the two medical parameters. So whether these two are correlated or what is the relation connecting these two characteristics. So this is a data related to those two characteristics. And here, this is a scatter plot of that years and birth weight. So this data shows some positive correlation. There may be some outliers. If you ignore those outliers, we can see that they will always trace in a linear regression. So that's about the first way of getting information about the two variables of this regression analysis. So after that, we can come to the correlation coefficient. That is, we can see that correlation coefficient is 0.6097, which shows that there is a very moderate correlation between positive correlation, and also there is a regression equation. So once you are able to fit such an equation, for any x value, we can calculate the y value. That is, for any birth weight, we can calculate the value of the other characteristic. That's why we make use of the regression and correlation analysis in doing analysis with medical data. Then we can also make use of the statistical tools to determine the sample size. So there is always a confusion about how many units are to be examined. So that is actually depending on the population size. If population size is huge, we have to fix a margin of error, and satisfying that margin of error only, we have to fix the sample size. Now, theoretically, we can see that population is sample can be considered as large if it is size of more than 30. But if the population is very huge, that 30 above size cannot be considered as large. That must be depending on the margin of error we approve. So based upon that only, we can determine the sample size. We can determine the sample size based upon the difference between sample mean and population mean, very negligible. So that's why we have to fix the sample size, or we can fix the sample size satisfying the difference between sample proportion and population proportion is less than a negligible value. That way we can fix a pre-assigned precision for the sample size. After fixing the pre-assigned precision, we can determine the sample size after also incorporating a margin of error. This is we have different equations to calculate the sample sizes. I'm not presenting all those equations. We can analyze that with the help of those equations, the sample size equations. So the next is that multivariate analysis. In multivariate analysis also, lot of applications for statistical analysis. One part of that is discriminant analysis, and other part is principal component analysis. In discriminant analysis is used to classify the observations into non-overlapping groups, maybe the data categorical. So we can identify that in different groups. That is the discriminant analysis what we do. And here a doctor could perform the discriminant analysis to identify patients at high or low risk for stroke. So that's based upon the data or the medical values we have based upon those patients. The analysis might be classify the patients into higher or low risk groups based upon the personal attributes like cholesterol level, body mass, etc., and or lifestyle behaviors, etc. Therefore, discriminant analysis also a very interesting and also very most frequently used technique in analysis of data. And likewise, we have the next tool like principal component analysis. In principal component analysis, if you consider many factors, for example, if you are considering a group of epileptic patients, if you are considering there are certain psychological factors influencing those patients. So we can classify those psychological factors like if you any attack in the public or that disease, how much that disease influence their public life, their social life, their education, their harassment in public. If you consider a lot of such psychological factors related to the epileptic patients, we can identify which factors are dominating in that group and which can be the most important in that group and which are less important, etc. So all those things can be done with the help of a discriminant analysis, multivariate principal component analysis. So likewise, we have a lot of statistical tools for considering this analysis of data in a very fruitful manner. I am very briefly presenting these statistical tools in this webinar. So if any doubts, you can clarify.
Thank you, sir. Now, I invite Ms. Megha Singh, Assistant Professor, Department of Statistics, Christ College Autonomous, Irinalakuda, for vote of thanks.
Hello, am I audible?
Yes, ma'am.
Respected dignitaries, Reverend Father Jacob Nyerinyambali, our manager, Reverend Dr. Jolly Andrews, our principal, Reverend Father Julius Arakel, Director, Amala Institute of Medical Sciences, Dr. Saju, Head of the Department of Community Medicine, Amala Institute of Medical Sciences, all other faculty and students of Community Medicine, Dr. K. Jayakumar, Professor and Head, Department of Statistics, Calicut University, Dr. Robinson Ponminisheri, IQAC Coordinator, esteemed participants, and my dear colleagues. It is my privilege to have been asked to propose vote of thanks for this program. To begin with, let me extend our sincere gratitude to Reverend Father Julius Arakel, Director, Amala Institute of Medical Sciences, for inaugurating the program and publishing the logo of data analysis and the website. On behalf of Department of Statistics, Christ College Autonomous, I wholeheartedly thank you, Father. Next, I would like to thank our respected principal, Reverend Dr. Jolly Andrews, who always stimulated us to do our best in all our endeavors. Thank you, Father, for the presidential address. Now, I thank our beloved manager, Father Jacob Nyerinyambali, who is a strong pillar of our institution and is a great encouragement to all of us in all our programs. Thank you, Father, for the benedictory address. Next, I would like to thank Reverend Dr. Wilson Tharayil, Director, Self-Financing Section. He always encouraged us to do more creative programs and also guide us in the same. Thank you, Father, for your felicitation. Now, I would like to thank you, Dr. K. Jayakumar, Head, Department of Statistics, Calicut University, who gave full support and guidance in all our endeavors. I thank you, sir, for felicitating our session. Next, I would like to express my sincere gratitude to Dr. Robinson Ponminisheri, IQAC Coordinator, who constantly support and guide us in all our creative ideas. Thank you, sir, for the felicitation. Now, I would like to thank Dr. Saju, Head Department of Statistics, and all other faculty and students of Community Medicine for joining the session. We are looking forward to collaborate with the department also in the future. Thank you, sir. Next, I express my sincere gratitude to Dr. Davis Anthony Mundasheri, Course Coordinator and Joint Controller of Examinations, for giving us a talk on the topic, Role of Statistics in Medical Sciences. Thank you, sir. Last but not the least, I also extend my sincere gratitude to all the participants and the entire team behind this program. Thank you all and have a nice day.
Thank you, ma'am. Once again, thank you all for joining. Have a nice day.
Thank you very much.
Thank you, Father.
Father.
Thank you, Father.
Thank you, Father.